What's up, guys? Day. Shit, I just changed it. 18? Let me check. I don't know how I already forgot. But anyways, pretty basic day. Gonna be doing the same stuff as typical. Let's start with a couple lead code problems, probably 2 or 3. I'm gonna do yesterday's daily. I need to turn down my music. I'm gonna do yesterday's daily, and then today's daily actually just started, or just like refreshed, so I'll be doing that as well. Yeah, it's day 18. I knew it. I'm the best. Okay. So I just pulled up yesterday's, read through it, go through it together, and yeah. I also got a mouse. I mean, I've had a mouse, but I figured out how to not make it laggy on my Mac. So now I can actually like draw stuff, and it's not awful, which is quite cool. Anyways. You are given a 0-indexed array string of words. Okay. And a 2D array of integer queries. Interesting. Each query queries at I is the left and the right pointer. Asks us to find the number of strings present in the range Li and Ri, both inclusive of words. Starting out with a vowel. Oh, so this means like 0 to is like here to here. Like we're just considering like this slice, I think. Okay. Return an array ants of size. So for every query, return an answer. Where the answer is at I is the answer to the ith query. Okay. Let's start copying some stuff over. Something make sure that we note is that it is inclusive. And then the thing we're trying to find is that none of them that start and vowel. And then trying to answer for each query. Or ith pos. So let's do ith query. And then why is not considered a vowel? So initial thoughts. Looks like a prefix sum. And then just, so, looks like a prefix sum problem where we initially compute an array of, at the ith position, how many strings are valid at that spot, and then do something like prefix at R minus prefix at L. And they're both inclusive though. Actually, so it'd be L minus R. Or it'd be L minus 1 is what you're subtracting. Because at the lth position is valid. Yeah. Is there anything else that I need to do? I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it. Pretty easy question, it seems like. Famous last words, as always. Okay. Let's start. First, since we're going to be accessing these vowels a lot, I think I'll make them a set. So vowel set equals How do I instantiate a set? Is it, is this valid syntax? I think it is. Oy. Oh, my hands were not on the homeroom case. I was wondering why I was messing up so bad. Okay, so that's our vowel set that we're going to be indexing into. And then I think we make our prefix can just be initialized to 0 times word length words minus 1. Then we're gonna need a result array. And we're gonna return that result array at the end. We're gonna initially loop over it for word and words. For I word and words, because we're gonna need to index. This browser. Because we're gonna need to index into the prefix array. So we're actually gonna need a hard code, the initial one. Prefix at 0 equals, I'll just make a quick helper function of def is valid. That just takes in a word. We'll this return an integer. I think return an integer just because like we can do plus equals is valid. Return 1 if the word at the first position in the vowel set and word -1 in the vowel set. Else 0. So then this is valid for the initial words, or for the first word, and then we'll loop over actually can't do enumerate, we would have to just do a range from 1 to the length of the till the end of it. Sorry, my head hurts a little bit tonight. Okay, so now that we're looping over it, we do prefix at this ith position equals prefix at the I-1 position, plus is the current word valid. So now we've computed our prefix array. We then loop over the queries. And then enumerate over these because, all right, we don't need to enumerate actually. Because we'll just do res.append. So now that we have each query, we know that the left right is equal to undefined. Oh, true, because it won't have scope of that. So if I just put it in it, it'll be fine. Thank you. Yeah. So if I do something like this, that should be fine, because that scope should work, I think. Python scope always kind of is a little bit iffy for me. Yeah, that would work. All right, thanks, man. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Okay, so then we just do left, right equals, I don't know if I can explicitly unpack, but I think something, like I don't know if I can just do it equal to query. I would be surprised if there's something Python, but I know I can do that. So then I think I can just do res.append prefix at r minus prefix at, what did I say? Left minus 1. Do I believe that? Because it needs to be inclusive for them. So if I wanted to do something like 0, 2, I don't know if that would work actually. Why did I say L minus 1? Because I'd index out of bounds if I do left minus right with this. I know it's some flavor of this, but I just have to figure out exactly what it is. Well, I can just work through this example really quickly. Like say for AEI, so prefix at I is, or prefix at 0 is like, is it valid? Which it is. So then we add, so then it's 1 here. So it'd be something like 1, 2, 3. Ah, shit, okay. Happy New Year. Dude, Lauren, you and me are the same, man. You and me are the same. Happy New Year, welcome back. I think the fix I'm gonna do to this is I'm just gonna make it the length of this whole thing. And then I actually can do the whole range, I think. And I do still need to start at 1 though. But then prefix at, ah shit, I fucked my brain. I fucked my brain up. So what I was thinking is make like an extra slot pretty much, just initialize the first one with 0, always. And then I would loop over all of the words. And then I need to do prefix at I plus 1 though. So I think I can do enumerate. I think for I word. Because so the 0th word would respond to the 0th, I mean the ith word would respond to the, would like correlate to the I plus 1, and then plus the prefix at I plus is valid word. And then I do think it's left minus 1. I think we were right on that originally. I think. Oh, I just don't know how to instantiate a set. How do you, what am I thinking of? How do I have to like make a list and then, oh, curly braces? Okay. Or what? Yeah, an array, and then you cast it. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's something minor, I just didn't know that. List index out of range. Okay, why? Because I thought I can always reach at I+1 because I multiplied it by the length. Oh, no, I need length plus 1. What am I? I'm smoking something. I was thinking I had +1. That's not good at all. I think I'm messing up this right and left thing. I need to think way more about it. Prefix sum, I initialize everything to 0. I actually don't need that because everything is initialized to 0 off rip. And then oh, would it be right +1 because of the way I'm doing prefixes? And then left. Because let's run through like this is what the prefix would be for given input if this. Our prefix would be that, and then, right, because we'd go over words. And then we'd go over the queries, would be 0, 2. So it would actually be 0, 3, because we want this range here. Or it would be, so 0, 2 is right +1, so 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Here we are. Minus this one, which would be left is 0. Or is it just right minus left? Because what's the actual given range that I want? I want these. Bum, bum, bum. So, sorry I'm going nonverbal, I just like, for some reason these indexes are messing me up, even though they really shouldn't be. Like for 0 and 1, oh, because I'm looking at the wrong, what it expected. It does expect 3, so yeah. So it'd be 3 minus that is 3, yeah. Then the next one would be 0, 1. So it'd actually be a prefix at 2 minus 0, which is 2. I think this indexing works now, because then 2, 2 would be, it would be 3 minus 2, which is 1. Yeah. What's up, Keezer? Cool. Please work for everything. Nice. A little bit slower than I would have wanted. I think it's just because these indexes, but got the whole problem, thought through the whole thing. Felt very good on that, actually. Let's see if I did it the wrong way. Prefix sum seems fine. Yeah. Pretty much exactly what I did. Cool. Yeah, cool stuff, cool stuff. All right, let's see what the daily is today. Bum, 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 bum. 50% acceptance rate is scary. Okay. We're given a 0 index integer array, nums of length n. Nums contain, I should probably turn off dark reader for, yeah, there we go. Okay. You're given a 0 index integer array, nums of length n. Nums contains a valid split and index I. If the following is true, the sum of the first I plus 1 elements is greater than or equal to the sum of the last n minus. Okay, so you just always want the left split to be greater than the right split. There's at least one element to the right of I. Okay, so it just has to be non-empty. This kind of also seems like a prefix sum. Right? Oh, but how exactly would we do it? Because my first instinct is just like, you always want to be able to like know what the sum is at the ith position. I guess what you could do is just like, you do the prefix sum, and then you check if that, like, while also computing the prefix sum, you'll technically know what the total sum should be, so you can always check the difference. Right? Something like that. Like, for example. But there can be negatives. Does that change anything, actually? I don't know if that changes anything. Trying to think if negatives change anything, just because if you're taking the difference, I guess you can always use the absolute value. No, you can't, because you want to know if it's greater than or equal to. So like 23 is greater than negative 100, but it's not greater than 100. Whole CS degree won't teach leetcode. Exactly, man. That is why I'm doing it on my own time. I start school back up in 4 days. I gotta do this on my own time, unfortunately. Should probably just type some stuff out. Okay, so we'll split at I if sum of left subarray is equal to right subarray. And that right subarray can't be empty. Left one can't be either. Implicitly can't be empty either. You see, we needed to have a sum. It just means that pretty much this just means that we need to loop from 1 to range length -1, essentially. But in algo courses, they teach a lot of proving instead of those tricks in LeetCode. Yeah, I am cooked. Yes, you are cooked. We are all cooked. Welcome to being cooked. I'm currently well done. Goal is to get to medium rare. I know I'm tired. I need to go get coffee or something. Loki doesn't work on me. Okay. And then we're returning the number of valid splits. So like I said, this kind of seems like a prefix sum array. And then like our prefix array is literally just like the sum at that point. And then we just loop over the ith position. Like we loop over I from range of 1 to the length of the numbers -1, and then just check if doing it with constant space. Is that required? You can do this with constant space? How the fuck do you do this with constant space? But follow up? I guess I'll check after. Wait, how the fuck would you do this constant space? Oh, I mean an interview? I don't know, Lauren. I've never had an interview. I actually have no clue. In array modification? Oh. You just make nums into itself a prefix array? Yeah, that could work. Kinda. Do you ever need the other elements after you prefix? Like, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think regardless, you still have to do the initial loop. So I don't know if this picks up on the mic, but I'm just shuffling poker chips. If you hear like a spike, I apologize, I won't do it. I'll list that as like a maybe. Yeah, that's true. Maybe try to do it in place. Modifying nums to a prefix. Right. Wait, in Python, can you modify the parameter value though? Because I know like in Zig you can't. Like in Zig, those are treated as constants. Can I modify nums? I don't know if that's a Python thing. Yeah? Can you modify parameter values? Immutable objects. Okay, yeah, you can because it's a list. Yeah, okay, cool. So I'll try that. How did you learn prefix? I have been doing this for 18 days. I've just seen it a couple times. I'm still not the best at it, but this one just seemed like a prefix array. No, Python is functional? Then no, yeah. Like in general, this doesn't seem that awful, but 50% acceptance rate means that I'm definitely not thinking of some edge case. But whatever. All right, initially I'm gonna do it not in place, and then I'll try to do it in place if I get the right answer. So ways to split sum array, we're just gonna do prefix is going to be equal to, do I need an extra spot? I don't think so. Is it beneficial to do it anyway though? Because then I can just get the 0th position. Or no, because I'll just set it. Okay. Sorry, that was not very verbal. Times the length of nums, and then prefix at 0 is going to be equal to nums at 0. Can nums be empty? No. And for I in range of 1 to the length of nums, prefix at I equals prefix at I minus 1 plus nums at I. Right? And then we go again over that kind of same range, but slightly different because we need it to be non-empty. And then total equals the ending one. I'm just thinking like in terms of, because what I'm imagining the algorithm that I'm going to do is something like check if prefix at I minus 1 greater than or equal to total it's just total minus prefix at I minus 1, right? Because like right, so at index number 1, oh, is it inclusive? Oh, it contains a valid split at index I if the sum of the first I plus 1 elements. Oh shit. I read that and I didn't read it. So a split at index 1 means just that it's included. So this would be like 5 is greater than the total of this is 6. So the rest would have to be 1. Yeah, so I can do that. So I think this is actually a prefix at I, I'd imagine. Right? That's 0. So like, let's run through this. So we have this, which means our prefix should then be equal to 2, and then this would mean we start at 1. So the first position is equal to 2 plus nums, so it would be 5, 6, 6. And then in here we would loop over from 1, so it's pretty much like this, because the length of nums is 4, and it'd be 1 to 3, so really like 1, 2. At this position we would check +1 if prefix at 1 is greater than the total, which is 6, minus 5, which it is, and then the next one would be 6, and then it'd be prefix at this, which is true, minus total that's 1. Yeah, and then we should break. Seems right? Nope. Shit. Shit. What did I do wrong? Alright. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Why is it not? What? Okay. Oh, because it doesn't go to clipboard. Okay. So the prefix will start off at 10, it'll then go to 14, it'll then go to 6, can't do math, and then 13. So where are we expecting to find splits? Oh, so we can, is it just this? So we can have a split at index 0? Because the first part includes it? Oh. Let's see if it works. Cool. Now let's see if we can do it in place. So this is cool. Pat ourselves on the back, and then we will do a little bit of this. So how do we do this? We would just loop over kind of the same thing here. Like a lot of this is going to stay the same, actually. But instead of this, it would be nums at I. The order of execution is always right side first, right? Like this isn't going to overwrite I before? Yeah, it can't, because it needs to evaluate that expression. It's actually kind of like all the same, besides this just becomes that. Yeah? Okay. Let's see if there's a better way to do it. I'm pretty sure that's the way to do it though, because that's O of n. Oh, that's O of n time complexity of 1 space. Yeah. Oh, it's just one loop at any point. Wait, what is this 2 times the accumulation? Oh, because they just sum it to begin with. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that's essentially. That's still 2 loops though. So like I'm not losing on time, I don't think, to that. Because the sum would need to loop over the whole thing. Which I'm essentially just doing during my prefix thing. Yeah, it's just 2 ways to approach it, but it's the same time complexity. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go back before my lips are incredibly chapped. Let's do one more. These two felt pretty good, even though they're obviously both the same type of problem. They're both prefix arrays. Still, feels good to get stuff right. Okay. How's the stream? Is the stream dying? Doesn't seem like it. My computer is kind of dying right now for some reason. My CPU is like burning. We running hot around here. Wait, why the fuck is this not loading? Okay. Should be fine. Should be fine. Let's see. All right, what do we want to do? Any recommendations, guys? I don't know if anyone's here, but why does this have a 29%? What is regular expression matching? That seems fucked. Do I try a dynamic programming one? No, I should probably just keep working with like arrays and stuff. How many total solved do I have? No members. No. Oh, I passed 100. Damn, I've only done 6 hards or 5 hards. Holy shit. Doesn't like nothing. Right, trapping rainwater. Let's try you. This is like the 2-pointer one, right? That I never can remember how to do. I feel like this is one of them that I've done like twice or something in my life, and then I just forget. God damn, my head hurts. Given n non-negative integers representing an elevation map, the width of each bar is 1. Compute how much water it can trap after raining. Okay. So how would we do this? How would we do this? So each one represents the height. So like, this is monostack. Why do I feel like this was like an old 2-pointer one? Water. Gotta keep myself entertained. This is very effed up if asked during interview. Real? Lauren, do you have any insights on like what gets asked during an interview? Because I guess that's probably something I should Google. But like what actually, like, what up, Strong? Like, interview questions for Sweet. That's a grind. Grind's not bad. I did 2 problems first try today, so I'm quite happy with myself. They were both prefix sum problems and not hard, but you know. I'm trying to like, okay, so I've never had an interview like formally. What year are you? I'm a sophomore. I've never had like a technical interview. Like for the two jobs that I've had, they were both like behavioral, and the guys just fucked with me. It's like the stock market random walk. Random walk. Oh, are those like names, or are you just like spitballing to me? Or is the stock market like a question? I'm assuming it's just like a question. Dude, I need to like stop using Firefox or something. It just eats up my... Oh, you meant unpredictable. Yeah, that's fair. Hey, there's one named market analysis though. Maybe it was meant to be. Why is Firefox taking up so much of my... I'm assuming it's Firefox. Oh, SQL? Ugh. No, thank you. Dude, Firefox is using 8 gigabytes. How? Wait, hell no. I'm nuking this shit and then we're reopening. Because no way. Because no way. Most likely, participants have already seen this question before and memorized the answer. Yeah, that's fair. Dude, I have 16 gigs of RAM. It just told me that it was using 8 on the Firefox client and then like 9 or 10 total. Yeah, I just restarted it. Holy shit, dude. I've never seen it take that much up. I like how Firefox looks, but sometimes it's just like... Might be Dark Reader? I don't really know. Maybe I go to leetcode then. Because I want to do like at least one more problem and then snake it up. Bum, bum, bum. Why did I already said that I didn't do any of this. Leetcode 250. I kind of want to, is it effed up that I want to try hard? I'm probably just going to get fucked. I'm probably just going to get fucked by this. Let me see how much it's using now. Yeah, what the fuck? Now it's using 600 megabytes. What the fuck? Dude, 11 gigs to fucking 7. Really think hard? This is just a set of questions that you have to memorize. Like the category, you mean? Is just like kind of ones that you have to just figure out. Sorry, I was responding to my girlfriend. You're looking for postgrad jobs? Nah, I'm looking for summer internships. I have a part-time internship for this winter session, like 10 weeks, the next 10 weeks. But I don't have anything lined up for summer, and I need it. Because I still have at least 2 years, but probably a year and a half left of school. Or no, yeah, at least 2 years. Because I think I'll graduate at least a semester early. Okay. Given an unsorted integer array nums, return the smallest positive integer that is not present. Yeah, because most likely hard questions are built on top of a set of observations. Yeah, that's fair. That's why I focus way more on mediums, but I feel like I've just never done it hard. So it's like, I mean, I've done 5 of them. It's like, that's like nothing. Most implemented algorithm runs it over time. Okay, so no sorting. And one auxiliary space. Does 0 not count? Because it seems like to me, this question is pretty much just like, hey, run through it, keep track, like, run through it. If the number is negative, skip it, else take the minimum. And yeah, because 0 is not possible. Didn't say non-negative. Yeah, fair. Anyways, my naive idea, which I think is naive because it says it's hard, run through it, keep track of the minimum number, and then if it's negative, skip it, else keep track of the minimum number, and then if that minimum number is greater than 1, then return that number minus 1, else return 1. Like, is that stupid? I feel like that just works. Because like here, we would keep track, like we wouldn't include 0. So the minimum would be, oh, that's not in it. That makes it a lot harder. Okay, so I was just thinking about it wrong. The only other thing I could think of is like keeping another tracker for if we have all of the values, like all of the possible values in between a range, and if so, then we return the max plus 1. Could do something like that. Why did I choose this problem? Because I'm thinking like, I might as well draw it now that I have stuff. Like, we have a couple flags of like keep track of a max, keep track of a min, and then keep track of like something like in order or something. So then it's like if we have something that's -1, 0, 2, 3, 1, we would go through, like our min at the end of this would be medium called wiggle array of sorts. Is it because I'm like way off in what I was thinking? Wait, which one? Wiggle sort is a premium. Well, my naive idea was just wiggle. Yeah, I just don't have it. Counters is starting from 1, you keep track of smallest president and go through the list. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, Mahan. I would have checked this out if I had premium, but I am so unbelievably broke, it's unreal. So like in this case, max would be 3. min would be 1, but in order would be true. So like I'm thinking you keep track of like if it's in order, then you return the max plus 1. If not in order, then you return min. You return min minus 1 if min is greater than 1. But how do I keep track of this in order term? No, that doesn't work. Why? Weak algo. Damn. Okay. My fault. Starting from 1, you keep a track of the smallest present. Bum, 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 bum. So starting from 1, you keep track of the smallest present. Go through the list if... Maybe you have to do this in O of 1 extra space. I guess O of n... Oh. Ay, ay, ay. Wait, I already solved this. I solved this in August. Why do I not remember that at all? What the fuck? I'm gonna try my weak algorithm. And then I'm gonna look what I did before. And then I'm just gonna start doing other stuff. I'm tired. My head hurts. Okay. If the number is less than 1, skip it. Else, but how can I keep track of it in order? This is the bad thing. Like, what would be the condition for if in order to not be right? In order would be shit. I see why you said this was a weak algo. How do I do this with this space constraint? Can we do something with cur_min and cur_max? It'd be bad, but like maybe. Let's check hints. You do 2 loops? Why would you do 2 loops? Do you do 2 loops to like... Fuck me, actually, I have no clue. My head hurts. Submissions. This was 100% ChatGPT. I don't remember this at all. Actually, that's not true. I don't know if it's ChatGPT. My brain's just not working. So you iterate over nums. If 1 is not present, you always return it. That makes sense. Oh, and I do remember this fucking problem. I do remember this problem. Because you're setting them if they're true or not. Yeah. Made it almost half a year ago, though. Yeah. Fuck, man. I do remember this problem. Why didn't I remember that? I don't know why I don't remember this flag set bit thing. I don't know why everything I think about is space and time. Time complexity or like actual space and time? Check if the index of num is valid and positive. AKA present. Both. Num's equals 1. Oh, yeah, I do remember this actually. Because you like use the original one to like index pretty much into the thing. And then if it's greater than 0, it's present, so you flip the bit. And then if any of them are positive, that meant that it was at 1 point negative. So that index is the one that you have to return. Like you're returning the index plus 1. Because that one was negative. And else you just return the length. Oh, man. Damn. Alright. I'm gonna code this. Hopefully I understand it. And then... God, I honestly have no clue if I want to even do the snake game. I might stream again later tonight if my headache goes away. But right now this is really like quite debilitating. But whatever. Power through. Power through. Okay. So do we return 1? Let's find out. And there we go. we're gonna set the bit. So if the number is good within the bounds from now it's the accessing bit part. Where you flip it if it's a 1. Oh, flip also. Back over it. My head hurts too much. I don't care. This is 03N though, so. Surely there's an 02N. Just check if the number is present. Then flip it if it is. And go through one more time. List index out of range. Why? Gotcha. What is happening? Language do I know best? That's actually a good question. I was asking myself that earlier. Probably Python. But I've been so much of like a language skip around person because I'm trying to figure out what I like. So in the past like a year, I've done like good amount of TypeScript, JavaScript, Go, C, C++. I'm trying Zig now, Python, Java. So what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Currently angry that I can't figure out. I also don't need to enumerate here. I'm so confused. This passed. Oh, this should be an or. That's why. Wrong answer. Oh, these are flipped. No. How many hours a day programming? Over break, I've been trying to do like at least 2 or 3. During school, probably 3 or 4. It's a little bit harder over break because I just want to do other stuff. I just like, for some reason, I don't think this is even like gonna work, like my old solution. Okay, so what the fuck was different actually? So there's something actually different and I can't see it. So route 1 equals false, enumerate over them. If the num is 1, red is true. If 0 is greater than or equal to the number, or the number is greater than the length, set it to a 1. I have music programming. Let me start again. I have music playing while programming, but it's just like Daft Punk stuff. And also I muted it for the stream because for some reason YouTube really hates playing music. So unfortunately, I'm very sorry. It's silence in the background, but YouTube like yelled at me the first time, and I was like, I'm just gonna have it silence in the background. But no, I listen to music all the time. This should be a -1. That's why. Found it. I didn't type a minus. Twitch, but I think you're gaining more traction on YouTube. I thought about Twitch. but like I watch a lot of Twitch myself. The only thing is, I like YouTube just because I like to be able to go back. Like Twitch's VODs aren't nearly as nice as YouTube's. YouTube's are very nice. And I like to go back and see like on day one, what was I thinking and stuff like that. You know? I also I never really imagined people would watch this type of stuff. This is what Mahan was talking about a while ago. Holy. I'm doing this for myself more than anything because like it's very cool that I'm getting a couple hundred viewers and people have been very nice to me. Yeah, free storage, exactly. Because people have been incredibly nice to me. Someone even gave me like a referral because he like respected the grind, and I was like, that is so unbelievably kind and not at all what I was expecting out of this. I only started this because I needed to like hold myself accountable, because like you can see what would be a good example of this, like on my GitHub, you can see like I pretty much commit almost every day now that I've started this, which is nice. It's like keep myself accountable. And I just wanted that as like a see what the diary is. But yeah. Okay, so now I want to be done with this. I tried it to fool my brain, but my brain cannot be fooled. Your brain is smarter than mine. I think unironically, it would have not been fooled had I not like somehow gained traction, because now I have like a couple regular people that will like stop by once a day for like, I don't know, a minute or two. But it's like subconsciously I'm like, I can't not stream today because they'll know that I didn't do it. Like I have a couple of people, for some reason they come by every day and they say hi and it's so nice. But it's like I don't want to disappoint them. Which has honestly been very nice because it's forced myself to do it. I built some cool stuff. Okay. We are now getting to the point in the stream where I am going to aggressively, and I mean aggressively, struggle through reading Zig docs and trying to write some horrible code. I also want to check. Oh, isn't that Thursday Night Football? It's honestly really good. Really happy for you. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. And thank you for stopping by. Like, this is exactly what I'm saying, guys. Like, just these kind people like yourself are just stopping in and they're like, hey, you'll get there. Just keep going. And I was like, it's such a nice, like, support system. Okay. So, where was I in this? I got a frame going. Yeah. I had a frame going. That's what I had. And then, what do I want to do now? So I want to pretty much be able to like print. I want to be able to like change the frame. So maybe something of like update snake is like a function I should make. So I know I gotta keep track of this. Become a full-time streamer like the next Primogen. Dude, I do not think I'm remotely interesting enough to be the next Primogen. That dude has energy off the fucking charts. I feel like half the time my streams are just dead air because it's me trying to like figure out what I'm even attempting to say. I also just don't work as fast as him. Like, for this snake game, it's going to take me a while because I'm just not that quick with like pattern recognition. Say, just a girl. Okay, so we don't need this. It's okay if XCC can make it, you can. No, dude, that dude is on crack though. Like that's the thing. I one, I'm not that smart, and two, I don't have that like he just goes 10 miles a minute. I can't keep track of all that. But it's like that's what people like. I can't do that. Okay, I need to stop fucking around and like try to get some shit to work. So I was gonna go with a Q. And I think the most basic thing that I should get going is reading in keyboard input during this phase. So maybe there's something about reading in keyboard input. Keyboard, maybe. Doesn't seem like it. How to read in Zig. Well, this isn't really what I want, though. I want, like, I pretty much, I want it to be able to, like, if I press A, it, like, reflects A. So, like, is there some I/O thing I can... None of these look exactly like what I want, which is not great. We'll see if ChatGPT has something. What I think of you sometimes. What the fuck? What? Surely not. Okay, so you just continually read the buffer. Enable raw mode? What the fuck is this? Dude, really? There isn't some buffer that you can read? Because, like... I guess this is, like, the worst one to go to, because, like... huge abstraction, but like you can just do like .get key or something. Yeah, of event.key. Oy. Let's just see if this even works. So let's add this to our okay, so then buffer, which is just a single U8 character pretty much, gets read. I mean, this like makes sense from like an assembly perspective, to be honest. What if we set the grid at the middle position? So equals the buffer at the 0th position. I'm just trying to get like a basic thing. Maybe. Do you even compile? Nope. Bum, bum, bum. Getting input from a user. So what did they do? Run prompt while true, try print. No, because they're trying to read in from something. Not what I'm trying to do. I just want to read user input always. This is gonna fucking kill me. I thought this would be the easy bit. Okay, let me look at standard N, I guess. No? No stid in. Game dev. So yeah, this looks promising. Looks promising. Why Replit though? Come on, man. Just put it on GitHub, bro. Why is this taking so goddamn long? Oh, like for real, what the fuck is taking so long? Might as well just try to fucking copy it from here. Do you know TypeScript? Yeah, pretty good amount. I made a couple projects in it. Like my NU food project. What's up, Jason? I hate how zoomed in this thing is. So he's saying, make a little something called, you try a type challenge? Like identifying what a type is? What is it? What is a type challenge? It's actually gonna be a U8 from user. I'll get stood out. Right. Writer. Super useless, but kind of fun to try a few. Do you have like something for me to look at, or like literally just look up a TypeScript type challenge? Or do you have something particular in mind? Dude, this is the most. There's a repo called type challenges. I'm gonna be so bad at these actually. What is it, like here? Oh, I thought it was gonna be more like a game. Click on the nits. I raise you. I just did. Oh, and then take the challenge? Ah, okay. Gotcha. Actually pull this into his own thing. I've never done check expects with it. What is this playground? So I just hit run. Execute JavaScript failed. Change the module setting to common.js. The fuck? I should probably just read this. Question, hello world. In type challenges, we use the type system itself to do the assertion. For this challenge, you need to change the following code to make the test pass. Expect it to be string. Basically because it's just a type challenge, the code just needs to not err anymore. Yeah. Means that the type isn't equal, so you're supposed to implement the type here. So I changed this, or I changed the cases? That's the only thing I'm kinda confused about. Like, is that what I'm meant to do? Seems like it. What is this? Yeah, just the type itself, okay. Don't change the cases. What is happening here, though? Never done that one. Executed JavaScript failed. Where are the exported declarations, though? I'm so confused what the fuck it's talking about. There are comments and then a type. Never need to run them. Oh, it's just get the squiggles away. Makes sense, makes sense. Why is this so slow? Okay, how much of my computer is this shit taking up? Like, not even that many. I guess I get rid of those. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Nope. Dude, is this fucking lagging and pissing me off? I'm so sorry. Okay. Let's try an easy. Yeah, I know, my laptop's just like overheating. Cause these damn Firefox tabs, dude. Can I turn down output? I don't know if I can do anything about it right now. Maybe next stream I can figure something out though. My poor little MacBook. Yeah, it's like every time a page like this loads, it says encoding overload. Okay. First of array. Implement a generic first that takes an array T and returns its first type. Alright, I raise you. I actually have no fucking clue how to do this. I never made my own types like this shit. Well, I just like, in terms of what TypeScript I've done is like the very basic, just like I wanted to know like the parameters or something. I didn't even know you could like, I've seen like shit like this, but not really, to be honest. Let me see if I can just figure it out. Type first. T extends an array of anything. And then, like, is it literally like you just index the 0th position? Can you do that? No? I have no clue. I'll check this out later though. Yeah, I would have never guessed this. What is extends? I feel like I've never seen that word. I raised, like, I'm telling you, I've done 2 projects in TypeScript and they've been basic. They're like very basic, like not necessary of something like this. Sure, it's definitely weird because other programming languages don't really have this. Yeah, no, it is definitely useful. T extends array means, is T an empty array? I've never even seen the keyword of never in TypeScript. So extends is pretty much just is. So like T is in any array. If T is an empty array, return never, else return the first position. Oh, interesting. T at number? Where are you from? I'm from Illinois, in the US. All right, I'll look at those later, actually. That was really cool. I'm probably only gonna do like 20 more minutes. I feel like I've done nothing today, but whatever. Whatever. So we're gonna try to read some user input in. Extends is like assignable. Since T is a subset of type, but the type is a set. Okay, that makes sense. That's actually really interesting. I've never like it does make sense. I've never dove into TypeScript to that extent. Like the very basic stuff that I've done is like for my most recent project, I just use it for like to describe parameters and stuff. Where would it be? Pages? This isn't even a good, but like something like this, like hours is hour, and then I can describe like what an hour is. Like that's all I wanted from TypeScript. I didn't really need like the extend stuff. Okay, anyways. Spit it out. Okay, so I should be able to get rid of pretty much all of this. Press Q to quit. And then here, I want to get the input. Yeah, for sure, same with me. I joined a startup last year and I only knew the basics. Yeah, that definitely makes sense if you want to narrow the return type of. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense, and I definitely should learn that in a professional environment. But I don't know, for something like a personal project, it's like I just wanted to be able to call, like, if I did something like hours dot, I wanted the LSP to know. That's pretty much what I need to use it for. I didn't use it for like the actual TypeScript reason. Can I do this? I think I can. Nope. Are you looking for internships right now? Unfortunately, the answer is yes. I have like why? Sorry. I have a winter, like, it's like a mix of a software and a hardware internship because I was actually doing computer engineering up until this quarter at my school. So I had this thing lined up beforehand. But it's like a signal processing thing for like 10 weeks, which is pretty cool. It's an internship at a startup. But for summer, I have nothing, so struggling quite a bit. But that's what this stream is for. Just hold myself accountable. Expected type. Oh, so it has to be an I-64? Oh, can I cast it afterwards? Oh, it's because I'm parsing it as that, because I took it in. Is there a different parse? Maybe I don't even need to parse, actually. Can I just... Can I just return user input? Is that allowed? Or what does this return? Buffer of U8. Just trying to think, like, oh, the function can't return an error. So I need this to be bang void because it can return an error. Okay. So I think it's because it's a blocking, which sucks. I'm not too sure how to get around this, actually. So unfortunately, the terminal snake game might be really bad. I'm gonna have to read more about this. But I feel like that's such an off-camera thing to do because that's so boring to watch. Instead, I think I'm gonna pivot. Actually gonna close this. I'm gonna do some ziglings. So I still learn some zig. I remember seeing like a sorting video and he did breakout, which should require user input. God damn, I've done nothing this stream. I was just thinking about, because I remember seeing him do that. Zig build. I'll do like a couple of these and then I'll end stream because my head hurts. Okay, 64 is where I'm at. The Zig compiler provides built-in functions. You've already gotten used to seeing an import at the top of every Ziglings exercise. We've also seen int cast. Yeah. They're intrinsic to the Zig language itself. Okay. They're also special because they can provide functionality that is only possible. Okay. Yeah. For we're going to know that many of the built-in functions for numbers marked as comp time, it's probably fairly clear that known at compile time. Okay. So they have to be known at compile time yet. Second built-in alphabetically is add with overflow, which makes sense. And the possible overflow bit, so you just like check if it's there. Check out this fancy formatting. Means print as a binary number, 0 pad right aligned 4 bits. Okay. Let's make sense of this answer. Value of B in decimal. Let's add 5 to A, but go one by one and see where it overflows. Yeah, it's just very basic integer overflow. In the last two lines, the value of A is corrupted because they were an overflow. Yeah. What is the difference between a value that overflowed at some point and is now corrupted, and a single operation that overflows and maybe causes subsequent errors? In practice, we usually notice the overflowed value first and have to work our way backwards to the operation that caused the overflow. If there was no overflow at all while adding 5 to A, what value would my result hold? So if there's no overflow at all, and adding those two would be be 1 0 0 1 0, I think. Right, because these two would be 0, carry a 1, the 1 gets here, this 2 would become a 0, carry the 1, become a 0, carry the 1. Let's say it's that. Okay. Furthermore, here's a fun one, bit reverse. Integer is the value to the reverse. The return value will be the same type, but with the values bits returned. Now it's your turn. See if you can fix this attempt to use this built-in function to reverse. But just that. Cool. Cool. Fuck, my head hurts too much. This has been not my best stream, but I think I'm gonna end it here. I did 3 leak codes. I looked at some Zig, realized that Zig is gonna be a bitch for this game. But my head just hurts too much to figure this stuff out. So I'm gonna call it. We'll be back tomorrow for day 19, almost day 20. Have a good night if anyone's watching. Happy New Year, still second day New Year. It'd be great. Good night, guys.